Hello friends, I am happy to introduce myself firstly. I am B. Sai Kumar, studying 10th standard in TTWREIS Boys Damaravancha in Mahbubabad district. Friends, before going to start my chapter, let me start my chapter with a small story which I faced in my life. So, when I am suffering with fever in school, I went to my home to take a bed rest on the situation of when I am suffering with fever. So, when I went to home, just in the evening time, I went to my field to see my field. So, when I went to my field, suddenly a miracle was happened, and that miracle is I see a snake with bald headed. So, when I see the snake, automatically I get shivered and I get feared. So, when I get feared, automatically I'll run to my home. So, in this situation, when I went to my home, I just think myself, what happened to me and what happened to me when I see the snake, and what are different types of functions which is occurred in my brain and which is occurred in my body parts. So, when I run, automatically my hands will be going to move and my legs will be going to move and my head will be going to move. These are all these body parts will be going to move. And when I sit in the veranda of my home, I just think these all type of situations which I faced backward when I see the snake. So then I came to conclude what happened in my in that situation, and my topic is control and coordination which I have faced in that situation. So see the picture we are observing here. A man when touches the hottest part, automatically his hand will be get reflex. And in the next picture, a man is driving. So when he drives, think once thing, he will be driving. So when a dog come in front of you, what can he do? Yes, just is simply stop the car or slow down his vehicle. And in next picture, we observe he is a cricketer. So all of us want to see the crickets. So he is a cricketer. He will be hitting the ball. So see, when the ball will be coming, automatically he will be hits. See this coordination between the ball and the bat. And introduction. So my introduction is, and my clear concept of my topic is, we observed last 3 pictures and my daily life situation which I had gathered the information, and I am going to tell you that information in this session. So introduction of my topic is the functions of the organs or organ systems in our body must be coordinated to maintain homeostasis. So here, when I saw the snake, automatically I will be run up. So then my body parts and the body organs will be automatically coordinated one and itself with interlinkage and to maintain the hemostasis. And coordination is the process through which 2 or more organs interact and complement the functions of one another. See, for example, when we do physical exercises, the energy demand is increased to maintain increased muscular activities. In the increased demand of oxygen, necessities on increased in the rate of the respiration. So these are all functions which we are faced in our day life. So let us take you an example. So when you going to the ground in your school, automatically you runs. So when you running, you need of more necessities of oxygen and you need more necessity of energy. So these are energies and different respirations and coordinate and blood circulation. These are all will be interlinkage with another system. So this is known as coordination. The neural system provides an organized network of point-to-point connection of the quick coordination. See, let us take first example for this definition. So when I see the snake, automatically I will be quickly run up. See, this point-to-point connection will be quick coordination. And the integrating network of the ultimate biocomputer. See friends, a computer is a technical device which we use in our day-to-day life, but it is a non-living thing. But our brain is a living thing. It is a biocomputer. Bio means what? Which can live in this world is known as bio. So our brain is living thing in our body. So it is known as biocomputer. Nerve systems evolved from the basic non-polarized nerve cells forming a diffuse nerve net as seen in the diploblastic organisms in highly organized integrating system with the think tank, the brain controlling it. See, what I'm going to say and what I'm sharing my feelings and what I'm sharing the topic with you, you will be gathering the information and storing it into your think tank. The think tank is nothing but your brain is known as think tank. So man has about headquarters of the nerve system with the help of magnetic resonance imaging MRI technique. So a human brain cannot see with the naked eye. So can we see our brain with our naked eye? No, it can't possible. So we can see our brain with the help of a new technique called magnetic resonance imaging MRI, which is used in hospitals to check up different types of diseases which cause it for the human beings in the brain. Nerve tissues has connected cells called as nerve cells and supporting cells called glial cells. The system mainly controls the body activities by receiving stimuli, processing them and reacting to them, sending motor signals. So see, in the first picture, when a person will be touches the hottest part, automatically he will be get reflexes. See here, the sensory nerves are sensing the heat and transforming to the brain, and automatically the motor nerves will be transformed to the nerve point or receptor point to take a response from the heat. So let us observe the picture of nerve system. So each and every person and each and every human being and each and every humanoid has a nerve system and has a specialized nerve system which consists of brain, spinal cords and different types of parts. So let us take a look of human nervous system. Human neural system is divided into two parts. They are central nerve system and peripheral nerve system. Central nerve system is also abbreviated as CNS and peripheral nerve system also abbreviated as PNS. So let us discuss about the central nerve system, CNS. The central nerve system includes the brain and the spinal cord. It's developed from nucleoderma. So a central nerve systems of a human body or a humanoid consist of brain and the spinal cord. So each and every humanoid and each and every living organism has spinal cords and brain to do several functions and to gather several sensing and reacting them. So brain, let us make a look about brain, which is the first and major part in the central nerve system, CNS. Brain is a living supercomputer. So all of us we know, we have already discussed it about the brain is a living supercomputer. So a supercomputer can process any calculations within a second, as well as the human brain also calculates several tasks and several interpreting situations within a second of time. So this is known as the living supercomputer. It is a site of information processing and control. It is protected by three connective tissues membrane called cranial meninges, namely dura mater, arachnoid matter and pia mater. So the brain will be consist of three types of membranes which are used to protect the brain. They are dura mater, first thing is dura mater, and second thing is arachnoid matter, and third one is pia mater. So let us make a look about what are the functions of three matters and functions of three membranes which is used to protect the brain. First, dura mater. It is the outer thick doubled layered membrane which lines the surface of the cranial cavity. And arachnoid matter. it is a thin webby middle membrane covering the brain, and pia mater. It is the thin innermost membrane which closely adheres to the brain. The brain is divided into three major parts. First thing is forebrain, second thing is midbrain, and third thing is hindbrain. So friends, I will identify the parts of the brain. So let us take your hand up and keep it in front of eye. So this is the part of forebrain, and just swipe up. This is the part of midbrain, and swipe back. This is the part of hindbrain. So this is the picture of human brain, which we all of us know the brain and the parts of the brain. See, in the picture where we identified our brain with the help of my activity which I just told you. So the firstmost part is known as forebrain, and the secondmost part is known as midbrain, and the thirdmost part is known as hindbrain. So let us discuss about forebrain, an interesting part in the brain and the primary parts in the brain. So the forebrain consists of olfactory bulb, cerebrum, and diencephalon. So first thing is olfactory bulb. So olfactory bulb receives impulses penetrating to smell. So friends, think when you are at home, your mother cooks a wonderful food. So what can you do? Mummy, I hope today food is very good. So you just inform your mother like this with the help of smelling the food. So see here, the smell will be responded by, and the smell will be impulses and penetrating with the help of olfactory bulbs. Next, cerebrum. Cerebrum has the three functional areas called sensory area, motor area, and associative area. So let us make a look about these three types of areas. First thing is sensory area, that receives and interprets the sensory impulses, and second is motor area, which controls voluntary muscle movements. So friends, did you know what is voluntary movements? So let me tell you without late. So I am giving you the movements, and I am giving the posture of my hands. So it is in my control. So see here, I am rotating my hand like this. So it is in my control, so I am rotating my hand like this. So this is known as voluntary movement. Next, associative nerves. This deals with more complex integrative functions such as memory and communication. So friends, I am telling point by point important to you. So you will be automatically remembering that points and store it in your think tank brain. So that is a type of memory. Memory is known as which stores a specific data. So automatically your brain also stores a specific data. So it is known as the memory. And the communication. So friends, see, I am how communicating with you, and I am how interacting with you, and how I am interacting with you. This is a type of communication which I had learned. So this is the functioned by, and this will be responded by the associative area. So friends, cerebrum is divided into frontal, partial, and temporal and occipital lobes. So the next most interesting part is diencephalon. So the main parts of the diencephalon are epithalamus, thalamus, and hypothalamus. So let us make a look about these three parts. Epithalamus, it is the roof of the diencephalon. So epithalamus is a roof of the diencephalon. So actually our house has a floor of roof, but in our brain a part of diencephalon has a epithalamus as a roof of the diencephalon. So it is a non-nerve part. In the diencephalon there is no nerves. Next thing is thalamus. It lies superior to the midbrain and is major coordinating center of sensor and motor. So thalamus is a coordinating center of sensory and motors. So let us take again an example of first picture when a person is touching a heat, because if it is the best example, I hope. So when the person touches automatically the impulses will be travel to the nerves and interact into the central nerve system and responds towards it. So friends, see here the sensory and motor activities are done by thalamus. Next interesting part is hypothalamus. So hypothalamus is also known as thermostat of the body. So friends, did you know one fact, an interesting fact? So when we are suffering with fever, automatically our body gets heat, and when we are seeing a snakes or different types of dangerous animals, automatically our body will be gets heat. This is due to the reason of hypothalamus, which controls and which maintains the equilibrium of temperature of the body. So the hypothalamus with the pituitary gland, it also has called as hypothalamic hormone. So hypothalamus connected with pituitary glands, both coordinating and release a hormone called hypothalamic hormone, which is used to maintain osmoregulatory and thermoregulatory, thirst, feeding and satiety centers. So friends, after I talking several minutes, automatically I get thirsty. So this is the reason of the hormones which are released from hypothalamus are the reason for this thirsty. So after some time I get hunger. So this is also reason of hypothalamus. So let us discuss about midbrain. The midbrain is located between the thalamus, hypothalamus of the forebrain and the pons varolii of the hindbrain. It contains involuntary actions and reflexes, movements of the several body parts. Example, head, neck, eye. So see how I am twinkling my eyes. So this is a type of involuntary movement. Can I stop the twinkling of my eye? No, it can't. Can I stop the rotating of head for several years? No, it can't. So it is known as involuntary movement. So involuntary movements are controlled by midbrain. So midbrain consists of 4 rounded lobes which are called as corpora quadrimeginea. So the 2 longer lobes are called as superior calculi and smaller portion lobes are called as inferior calculi. So both superior and inferior calculi are concerned with visual auditory functions respectively. So these 2 types of calculis, inferior and superior calculi, will be helps to visualization. So you are seeing my lecture, so automatically the midbrain will be helping you, and in the midbrain the superior and the inferior calculi will be helping you to visualize my lecture. Next most interesting part is hindbrain. The hindbrain consists of cerebellum and medulla oblongata. So let us discuss about cerebellum. It is the second largest part of the brain. It consists of the 2 cerebellar hemispheres and central vermis. Each hemisphere contains 3 lobes: anterior, posterior and flocculum lobes. It maintains the equilibrium and coordinates voluntary movements. So in the hindbrain, 3 types of lobes are present. They are known as anterior, posterior and flocculum. So these will be maintain the body equilibrium. So friends, do you know one fact and one interesting fact? So when we are traveling in trains or in journeys, automatically with the seeing of food we get attracted to food and we want to eat that food. So this is the reason of the sense we have sensed to see the food, and when we eat the food, after some time we get thirsty. So did you know why do we get thirsty? Because of imbalance of salt and water. So to maintain salt and water in a equilibrium, the hindbrain is useful to maintain that type of equilibrium conditions. Next is medulla oblongata. It is the posterior most part of the brain. It has very thin vascular folded structure called posterior choroid plexus. It contains cardiac, respiratory, vasomotor activities and coordinates reflexes like swallowing, coughing, sneezing and vomiting. So see here, medulla oblongata, which is a main precious part. Friends, do you know when a person is faced the accident, automatically he will be dies, or sometimes people will be talk he will be suddenly dead or spotly dead. So do you know why people said like this and why people die like this? Due to the reason of the injured place where medulla oblongata will be injured. So medulla oblongata is a place of respiratory and cardiac and different types of precious activity which is useful our life. So these types of situation causes to the die of person. So when the affected of medulla oblongata, automatically the person will be dies. So next is spinal cord. So the second part of the spinal cord is the second part of the central nerve system is spinal cord. The spinal cord is located in the vertebral canal of the vertebral column. It is protected by the bony arch of the vertebra and the spinal meninges called dura mater, arachnoid mater and pia mater. So this spinal cord also will be protected by these three types of membranes. In adults, it extended from the medulla oblongata to the superior border of the second lumbar vertebrates. So next, let us observe the picture of spinal cord. So we see in the picture the H-shaped or butterfly shaped structure is known as grey matter, and after the grey like structure it is known as white matter. Next, peripheral nerve system. The peripheral nerve system is formed by the nerves that are associated with brain. So brains are associated with two types of nerves. They are cranial nerves and spinal nerves. So cranial nerves, these are associated with the brain, and these are the 12 pairs of cranial nerves which is present in our body. There are three main types. They are sensory optic nerves and the pathic optic nerves and the mixed nerves. So these are the three types of nerves which is present in the cranial nerves. And next is spinal nerves. Spinal nerves are 31 pairs. They are mainly divided into 4: cervical, branchial, sacral, coccygeal. So these are the types of spinal nerves. And let us observe the picture of spinal and cranial nerves in the picture. So next thing is autonomous nerve system. The autonomous nerve system usually operates without conscious control. These are associated with the interoceptors. So autonomous nerve system is without any control of any type of nerve systems, either central nerve system or peripheral nerve system. This is known as autonomous nerve system. See friends, this is a type of example picture of autonomous nerve system, which are the situations of sympathetic and parasympathetic. So you observe in the picture the pupil of the eye and the liver and the heart and the lungs and the urine bladder. These types of parts you observed in the picture in the two situations, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Friends, you raised in your ignited minds, you raised a small question. Okay, everything is fine, but how does the information passes through the CNS and how it receives to the receptors? So for this question, answer is these are travel with nerves, are known as afferent nerves, which carries information from the receptors or sense organs to central nerve system, and efferent nerves, which sends a signal to the affected area, is known as efferent nerves or motor nerves. Friends, let us observe the nerve cells. This is the picture of nerve cells. So each and every person have these types of nerve cells. So friends, see here how does the nerve cells are linkage. So the nerve cells are linkage with a specialized structure called as synapse. So friends, let us make a look about how does the impulse travel through our body and through the nerves. So the information is passes through the nerves with the help of impulses. So let us make a look about how does the impulse travels. See friends, here transmission of impulses. So the bubble like structure will be divided into dot like structure. This is known as transmission of impulses. Friends, so everything is fine. So let us discuss about diseases of the brain. Alzheimer's diseases. This is the disease which causes to the brain. In this disease, the memory and intellectual powers are lost. This disease is due to the reason of increasing of age in the adults. Friends, do you know an interesting fact? So if a person will be behaving as sexual characters or if any other types of characters, this is the work of limbic system which are present in our body. So friends, lastly my conclusion is each and every person consists a brain and spinal cord which has senses all several activities. So please save your brain, and please if you are in the difficult condition, or if your relations were in the difficult condition or brain dead, so another organs will be useful to save another lives. So donate organs and save lives. And thank you to one and all. So my heartiest thanks to the government of Telangana and the Supreme Pharaoh Praveen Kumar sir, and my guide teacher Suresh sir, and my principal Muttaya sir, and all the dignitaries who worked along with my hard work in the TSAT studio, and each and every person, thank you to one and all, and thank you very much.